I don't know whether I should feel good or bad for taking over the city of the AI. They basically did all the hard work for us, and now we're just getting the benefit out of it. Welcome everyone, this is another episode of Manor Lords. This is episode 7, and as always we've got lots to do, so let's get started. Last time we did quite a lot. It was a very eventful episode, and the result of it was this great region that you see in front of you. Now this region was built by the AI, but it was taken over by Lady Sampina on the last episode. And if you missed that, I highly suggest you go and watch it to see some action. Alright, what I want to do is I would like to explore this region and understand what's going on, the ins and outs of it. But because now we're leading 3 regions, we need to be a bit more careful and make sure that we don't miss on key activities. One key activity is the planting of new fields, and you see it's October now, or we're just getting into October, so I want to focus on that just for now. And then once we finish with that, or once we have all of our other regions under control, then we can come back and take a look at this region. Before last episode, we left our soldiers here because they need to rush back home to help the women with the fields. So let's continue with that. We'll just set them there, and then as soon as they get into the region, we're going to disband them so they can go back to the jobs. We're going to make them run so they go even faster. Alright, so they can be disbanded. They can be disbanded. Now the harvest hasn't been done here. I don't know if they will continue harvesting or whether they will move to the next fields. What I might do, I might set these as highest and I will see what they do. And this big field for the next rotation, I want to actually set it to fallow. And then wheat, because I don't want them to do anything with it. This one, fallow, barley, wheat, wheat, and so there's quite a lot of work to be done on the fields. I wonder whether I should change. I think it might be okay. It's 5 fields. I think it would be okay. Do we have animals? Let's put 2 animals just to have. This region is our key farming region, if you remember. Is the one that will basically give us all of the yield that we need. And we recently built our farmhouse. And let's see. So we have barley coming up, we have wheat, and we have fallow. Now last time I explained the concept of working on 3 fields at a time, because if I now put this as barley and then wheat, and then this one I leave as fallow and then back to barley, and then this one next year it would be, what was this last year? Wheat. So this would be next year would be barley, and then this would be wheat. It means that at any point or at any year I will have 2 fields on and 1 field off. So that will mean that I won't get any unbalanced years, and I will continue with increments of 3. So next I will build 3 fields, then 9, and so on. So that's the plan. I forgot to put my market in, and maybe some of you have already noticed it and have been going on the comments about it. But by not putting the market, it meant that although I had the goods, I didn't meet the demands of my people. So I didn't get any new families whenever a new month comes in. So that means that we're starving a bit with people. It's a bit annoying, but you live to learn. And as I said, I'm horrible at doing multitasking. Now I built this market here, and I already started serving the people. You see now the approval has started going up. We have 3 in the fish, so we can take definitely 2 people out of there. I think 3 families might be okay, because normally it's around 1 family per Morgan. These are slightly bigger than a Morgan, so I think they will be okay. We'll see. We'll see how they go, and if by November they're not done, we'll get a new family and we'll assign them in. It looks like we do not have fuel on this region. Do we have log? Yeah, we have a lot of logs, so I'm going to change momentarily this guy out and put them in the woodcutter's lodge, because I need them to sort that out. Let them do this and then we'll sort it out. Coming back to this region that we got, I did discover something that was behaving a bit weirdly, and then I looked up on the forums and stuff, and it turns out it's actually a bug. You see, if I now go here and I try to add a new militia, I'm not able to. And although I have the people, I have new region, normally you're allowed to do. Now this is a bug that people think on the forums is because you take over the AI and then you have like a lord that doesn't exist anymore, but there is still some militia assigned to them. So it's kind of like stuck in like this infinite loop of you want to add the militia, but you can't add it because the lord is not here and so on. Now, hopefully they will fix that soon. It kind of disturbs a bit our gameplay the only reason that I say that is because if we get raided, the raids will come from here. And I run some tests on this and to confirm it, the raids will come from here. If they do come from here, we don't have enough time to send troops from Castleton, which means it's likely they're going to destroy this town. I cannot do a lot of things to save that. I had two ideas. One idea was to permanently leave my retinue from Castleton, leave it here, which means that I will have some line of defense. It depends on the number of raiders that come. If it's 4, I might struggle. If it's 2, it will be okay. The other thing is I might be lucky that there is mercenaries close by. So maybe there is mercenaries that spawn on this town. So then I can, if I spawn them, they will just kill them off and then we can disband them. So that would be another way. And the last one, which is probably something that it's a bit of a trial because I don't know how it works. You see, we already have the manor here. In this patch, it's meant to be much more than just taxes and tithe. It's meant to be like a huge defensive building, like a castle, basically. I think this is the best time to test this by actually moving this manor all the way up here and constructing this massive castle that will act like a fortress, basically. I hope this will work. It might not do. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's working as intended to, but we'll try it. So this is something I want to focus on before I go into the details of this region. One thing I noticed by looking around is I couldn't find a logging camp. Maybe I'm blind or maybe I'm missing it. I don't know, but I just couldn't find a logging camp. Clearly, they started doing lots of wood chopping here, wood cutting here, because you can see there's so many logs here. So what I will do, I will actually build a logging camp and I will build it along here. And next to it, I'm going to build the salt pit. And let's join this in our little roundabout that I like. The highlight of this town, apart from a 6k that we have in the bank, and the funny thing that they have 572 spears, is that we have unlimited iron. And the AI has made lots and lots of use of it because of these spears. And also you can see, I think it's selling tools, which is actually quite impressive on the fact that it set up itself a trade and is selling tools everywhere and so on. So this is, first of all, have to say, quite impressive. The only thing that I've seen that is missing is it doesn't have a good supply of food. You see, we only have 3 months of food, and to be honest, we don't really have a lot of things. We have the hunting here, but it's kind of running out. The berries already run out. So what I think I will do, I will try and set up a small rye field just so it can help us, just feed ourselves. It won't be for export reasons. Down the line, I will probably supply food from Castleton, but just so we can survive this winter, I will try and do that. I have some good rye fertility here, and I also have some good rye fertility here. Kind of prefer it here because it's well defended here. It's far from if we have a raid. But on the other hand, up here, it's we also have a bit of here, but yeah, that's too far. Do we have any other fertility? I have a bit of MR. Yeah, I think I will do it here because it's quite easy to... I'll build the farmhouse probably on this side, and I will have 2 or 3 of them here. I think that would be the best. Let's build the farmhouse here. And you see we have a lot of families available, which is great because then that means they will build quite quickly. And we can also expand as well. Although I'm a bit scared to expand now, given that we already know we have an issue with the food. Let's see where rye was. It was here. So let's build one field like this. Let's do it like this. Let's build another one like this. And these are small fields, but as I said, the primary focus of this is to help us kind of become an independent region. Yeah, I think that's fine. Do rye, and let's rotate it so this is fallow and then rye again. I don't know how this will work, but with having rye twice in a year, but it's fine. And then this one will stay fallow and then will be rye and rye. The other thing I want to do is I want to explain how the regional trade works. So once you get more than one region, then if a region is rich on something, for example, this region is really good on iron. So let's go find iron ore here. It has a lot of iron ore and will continue to have a lot of iron ore. Now you can export this iron ore for the world to have, and you just get lots of money. Or you can actually uncheck this, and then now iron becomes a regional trade. What that means is that it means that it will sell it to our other regions, and it will sell it at a much better price. So if I now go all the way to Castleton, and I come here, for example, and I say iron, and I want to import iron. Now, if I import it externally, I have to pay 11. However, if I untick this, I can now I only need to pay 1. If I now say, bring me until you have, I don't know, 50 or something like that, over time, like a normal trade, it will bring us some iron, and the money that they get from Castleton will go to our other region. A lot of people criticize this method because they wanted some sort of an idea of just immediately or easily sending money, like you have in, I don't know, maybe in Anno, where you have like a collective money, or maybe even something like Age of Empires, where it doesn't matter, like you don't really have regions in Age of Empires, but it's just one big town. I kind of like this concept. It's very unique. I haven't seen it anywhere else, so I personally like it, but I know it's a bit controversial. What I want to do then, following with that, I want to actually export Dressstone into the other region, the region that we just conquered, because I want them to be able to build a castle. For that, I will try to work a bit more on my Dressstone production and make it a bit more efficient. I need to move the stonemason, so I'm going to move it literally next to the quarry, which means as they come out, they can go directly in here. And I will also stop taking people out of the quarry whenever we run out of people for the farm. Now, I just want to check something with the capital, because last time we started processing wool, and I see we have a lot of wool and a lot of yarn, but I don't see them being processed into anything. Maybe they just need a bit more time to do it, so we'll just give them some more time. I will also delete this road because it's kind of coming in the middle of nowhere. Right, I would like to expand here, so what I will do, I will build a row of houses along here, like this. I think 2 would be better, following with the idea here. And then I want to also build 2 more. Let me actually draw another road along here. I always recommend, if you're building, to draw the roads first. It makes it a lot easier. Now this gives us space for 2. No, I prefer to have extensions here. So these are my artisans, basically. Can I build a road here? Let me do this. Yes, I can. Awesome. Hopefully we continue to get more and more people, and as we meet our people's demands, then this will rise and we'll get even more families each month. The other thing I want to do is I want to bring the lime kiln as well next to this area, because this is again where the stone comes from. It will make things faster. However, unfortunately with this one, there is no other way to move it, so we'll need to reconstruct it. Maybe I can actually even put it here. Yeah, and then it's next to the storehouse. Yeah, it's fine. Let's put it here. Following with the medieval English theme, although as I said the game is Franconian, but I followed the English one mainly because of pronunciation issues. I decided to go now the Forest of Dean, according to ChatGPT at least. It was a very famous iron side, so I'm just going to call this Dean then. I'm not going to call it Forest of Dean because that's too much, so let's call it Dean. This village will be popular for its farming, but particularly it will provide barley for our main capital. And barley, as you know, makes beer. So for that, I decided to go with a town called Masham up in North Yorkshire, which is popular for its breweries and the beer. And all of this, again, I'm getting from ChatGPT, so apologies if this is wrong. So we have Masham and we have Dean. Awesome. And I love that when you name it, they just kind of go on this map as if like they were meant to be there. This region, I think, is settled. We don't need to worry about it for a while. Our capital, we need to keep an eye on it, and that's where we'll spend most of our time. But for now, I just want to check here. Let me say, if I come here and I do trade, and if I untick this and I say import, and I say import until you have 20 dress stone, hopefully that will trigger the import on the other side. Let's also have a bit of a look what the AI has done with this town. It has lots of houses, and all of them have various things such as chickens and goats and things like that. The good news is that it's really active in terms of their deep mines. Now they're doing lots of clay and lots of iron. I don't know if they have the thing that converts them to roof tiles. Oh, it's next to it. Okay, yeah, they have the clay furnace next to it. So awesome. So they do produce lots of roof tiles. So hopefully we'll be able to upgrade the church as well at some point by giving it mortar and redstone. Right, let's start with the operation that I spoke about. What's amazing about this castle planner is it allows you to move the manor. And we've done this on our main capital before, but I will do it again here. I will put it on top of here as a main thing. And I will draw a road to it. And the building I was talking about, it was the outer tower. You see, provides 10 garrison space. Garrison units and villagers shoot projectiles at approaching enemies. So again, I really hope that this works because it would be really cool if it does. But let's see what it looks like. Okay, so that's where they go on from. Or is that where they shoot from? Not sure. So let's have them face here. So this will be like the outer towers. Let's put like a triangle. And what I like about this is once you build them, you can just freely move them like this. Let's commit to that for now. And then we'll leave it as high. Let's also build a mill next to it. And we get the message of what we want to do with this. Let's send it to our treasury. And now that they're done, I don't see any other camps. So for now, I'm going to send them back here just to kind of guard this village in case we get... I don't think we'll get any raids because usually you get raids in spring, but I'll just leave them here just in case. This has been built. Let's assign 4 families. I think it would be enough. Maybe 5 just to be sure. And the rest will start building. Now it says that this doesn't have any. Okay, take it out. We can also upgrade it so it has planks. I want to stop making spears because we have tons and tons of spears. And I want to start making swords. But I need to find this blacksmith first. Now the blacksmith is here. Let's change this to swords. And let's also set up a trade to sell swords. First, let's sell some spears actually. Because we have so many. Sell until you have, I don't know, 50 left or whatever. And then you can also sell some sidearms. And sell until, I don't know, you have 1. I want to see if there is anything that I'm selling here which we can import into Dean. So in terms of food, are we selling anything? I don't remember if I set up anything. We are selling cabbages for 4. Is there anything else we can sell? So let's export these as well until we have 200. And let's make it let's make both as regional. Bread, we don't have enough, unfortunately, because the harvest was interrupted. We have some rye bread, I guess, that we could sell. No, actually, rye bread I'm not going to sell for now. Let's leave it. So export carrots and export cabbages. And now let's go to the equivalent page here. And if we come here, go to food. And if I say import cabbages, not only for regional, and also import carrots, again for regional, and import until you have, I don't know, 30. Same with this one until you have 30. No, 30 is a bit too low. Let's say 50 and 50. So hopefully that will get the numbers up. How is our capital doing? My plan with this region is I want to keep at least 2 or 3 families on building. I want to populate all of my industries. I think I'm done with adding more industries. Maybe I will add some industries once I get some iron, actually. I don't know if I finally got some. Not yet. But once I get some iron... Did I set it up? I think I did set it up, right? Import up to 50. Yeah. And did I set it on the other side as well? I don't remember. Great. Yeah. Okay. So we should get some at some point. It looks like families are being populated on the artisans at the moment. So that's why as they come through, they basically get absorbed. But once I start getting more and more families, I want to basically fill up all of my industries. I need quite a lot of families to do that. I estimate I need about 20 more families. But I think we'll be fine. We have a lot of things being built. Speaking of, I want to actually build another house here. And we have room to expand in front as well. And I want to do another house here. We can follow the contours, I guess. So we could go like this. Yeah. Let's come here and join here. And let's draw a line across this farm. And maybe across here I can put like big house that would be like another farm, hopefully. Yeah, like this. Maybe if I come along here, I can put a big house that... Yeah, amazing. So this would be more orchards. The other thing I noticed about Dean is that I don't know if the AI did it on purpose or I don't know, but you see here we don't have any more market allocation and we're actually struggling. So what I will do, I will build a second market instead of extending that one. Yeah, I will build a second market and I decided to do it along here. I thought it would be a nice idea if it works. Hopefully it will, but it's like in between houses, so I kind of like it. And you see we have an issue with the granary, and I think that's because the granary is not upgraded. Yeah, we probably should have a second granary somewhere here. Yeah, it makes sense to me to have a second granary here. But yeah, why not? Let's put it here. Yeah, there is a lot of building going on, but it's fine. Now this is done and this is done. So they are basically finished with the planting. So let's take them out. Yeah, all done. And that's growing now. And let's put one in the soap pit and let's put 2 here. And let's have them clean up this area. Now I think it will automatically not destroy the animals. And even if it does, I think they just migrate. It doesn't really destroy them. Let's check on Masham. They're still working on this. Oh, they're deep into November. Okay. Let's see. They might not get time to do it. It's okay. We'll continue in spring. It just means that we'll have slightly less yield of wheat. I'm not massively bothered about the wheat because, to be honest with you, this region is primarily focuses to provide for the Castleton barley. Yeah, they only did half of it, so they will need to continue in spring. At least they did the barley. But to be honest, even with 25 or 27 in this case, that's times 4. So that's 100 bread. So that's quite a lot anyway. So let's take them out. I will leave maybe... No, let's take them all out. And it's December, so the fish will start freezing. Let's put them here and eventually we need to take them out. And we need quite a few on building. I want to also build a second house here, which will be probably a farmland or farmhouse. Yeah, that's better. A bit more farmland, but I can also expand along here. So let's do this and come here. And actually I will face them this way. And this can be... I said I won't have a lot of artisans, but like if I do have some, it will probably be here. And I'll probably just have the bakery. That's the only artisan, if you like. I need to build a mill somewhere, but the problem is that we don't really have good efficiency apart from here. There is an open field. Actually, I have another plan. What I will do, I will build more fields, and that will destroy these forests, and maybe that will get better efficiency. Because if I'm not mistaken, the efficiency is controlled by the number of trees. Emmer is good everywhere. Flax is fairly okay here, and barley is meh here. I can use this area because this area has really good fertility for flax, and for barley is okay. I mean, it's really green here. I don't know if you can see it. Let's put one field along here. We'll follow the same concept of adding 3 fields. Yeah, let's do 1.1 Morgan. And let's do one like this. 1.3, it's a bit big. Let me just make it slightly smaller. And then here I'm going to build another one. Is flax still good? Yeah. Like this. Okay. Let's draw a road here. So this will be the only trees that we will keep. Let's build one field like this. 1 Morgan. 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4. Yeah, like this. And I'm just going to fill these up because as I said, I want to do it in multiples of 3. Probably build another farmhouse here, actually. And that's plenty of expansion for this region. Now, can the mill go here? The efficiency is not great, probably because of these trees. But if we clear these trees... Yeah, here you see is 99. Yeah, but it's a bit far. That's the issue. Unless we put the communal oven and everything there. I think once we clear this area, we'll go with this plan. Let's clear this area. So let's make it so they focus on this area. And we're going to put lots of people on the logging camp. And we're even going to put an animal. Now these make it so they do not process until we have like 30. Let's set up the rotation for these fields. Barley, wheat here. We'll do barley this year and then we'll do fallow. Then next year we will do flax. It's really good. Then we'll do wheat. And we'll leave as fallow. And then the last year we will do barley. We'll leave as fallow and then we'll do barley. So this will be like a barley plus flax. These ones I'm not going to bother yet. I'll just leave them as fallow until we would say, because we need a lot of people for that. I'm also going to start building a few more hitching posts because I will need animals for the farms. Okay, so this... Oh, there is a new camp. I see. So you guys come here. Yeah, there isn't really much going on in the capital. I will put this as highest because I want them to build some houses so we don't get bottlenecked by this one. Actually, let's take these guys out. Do we have anything? Yeah, we have some rye grain. So put 3 here. And it will become rye grain, which means we have both rye grain and wheat grain, actually. It's fine. At some point, I will actually build two bakeries, so I don't need to worry about cycling them. Okay. From now on, I'm going to leave these as full, the salt and the stone, because they are our biggest industries. This is almost done, and it looks great. We can also expand a bit more and add some walls once it's built. Now you see, we got cabbages and carrots, and the way we did that, as I said before, it was through the through our other region. We also need to choose origins for this village. I don't know if the AI picks one and you lose it after you conquer it, or it just doesn't pick one. I'm not sure. Normally, if we didn't have that bug with the different military, I would probably go for this one because we'll have better militia and more weapon export value. But because we have that, I will probably want to move to this one where I have improved armourers, improved mine integrity, and so on. So let's choose this. And that means that the armourers will have extra efficiency. I just need to create an armourer because I don't think there is one. We actually have 2 armourers. So we could do 2 houses here. It's not enough. So what if I do it along here? Yeah, so these guys will be the armourers. I just need to survive the winter. Nothing more to do with that. And I need them to clean this area. Clean up this area. There's even good fertility for barley up there. Actually, in winter, although it's really hard to see other things, like building and stuff, it's a lot easier to see the fertility, so I guess trade-offs. Oh, there's a really good area here as well. Oh my god, I didn't build a well. Ah, horrible. So where can you get water? So maybe... not ideal. There is some water there. Can I squeeze it in any of these places? Yes, okay. I think we're coming to the close of the episode. It's a bit of a slowdown episode compared to the previous one for sure, but a very important one nevertheless. We are a bit limited by that bug, but we're trying to make the most out of it by building the manor and testing some new functionality, and I hope that the devs will sort it out. And at the end of the day, this is an early access game, so you need to accept that you will find some bugs as we play through. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. On the next one, we'll have lots to do. We'll continue expanding and managing the 3 regions, as well as try to conquer a 4th region here. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or subscribe for a new episode, and I'll see you in the next episode. See ya.